Well, welcome back, everyone, to our podcast.
Yes.
This is Inexperience Points. I'm Zach.
What's up? I'm Savvey.
And I'm the Zora B, aka Vibrant Zora. Nice to meet y'all.
Welcome back if you have watched our first episode. And also, hello, thank you for joining us if this is your first episode.
Yes.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, very excited. Very excited. This is a new thing for the three of us, so I think that, there will be a lot of interesting things moving forward.
Right.
But, yeah. How was you guys this week?
Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay. So I'll do the small story while you have the giant story as to why you're on crutches. But my week has been good. Very busy, but good. I mean, yeah, just been working, staying busy, which hasn't been like that for a while. And so I've been able to like chill a little bit, but now it's kind of like getting more in the rhythm of things and yeah, just working. So I mean, I can't complain.
Can't complain.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. That's the summer mood is I can't complain. I wish that was my summer mood.
Summer mood is hot still.
Very hot.
At this very moment, there is sweat dripping in between my butt cheeks right now.
I just want to talk about the parallel that we have been going through in Las Vegas of like it is 108 degrees, but also there's a monsoon warning.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times it has flooded in Vegas and a hotel has water dripping from a TV that it should not be dripping from is insane.
Was that here?
Yeah, it was Planet Hollywood.
Wow.
Like it literally was just like this like television big screen thing was like I'm a waterfall now and just went. Like,
Oh, okay. I seen that. Okay.
Wow.
yeah.
I have not seen that, but that sounds insane.
Holy cow! It's been crazy.
And we also got a tornado warning.
I saw the tornado. Like I saw photos of the tornado. Let me
Yeah.
like rephrase that. I didn't see it.
It's pretty close to here. It was Mesquite. So that's terrifying because the one thing that I never want to experience in my lifetime is a tornado.
Huh.
It'd just be terrifying.
Yeah.
It's actually quite incredible that we had like it's possible like with our geographic location, but the fact that we're so close to being in this bowl right here, like the mountains should prevent us from having a tornado. But the fact that it happened just kind of like shows like how insane our weather is. Like it's like tornadoes happen when like hot and cold weather mix and then it like does that like whole like swirly thingy. But it can't happen because we have like the surrounding mountains around us. But it did.
Yeah.
And that's quite amazing to me. Like not to like geek out over weather right now,
Yeah.
but
Well, I've watched Storm Chasers.
Yeah.
I love that show. I think that visually looking at a tornado and the dark clouds in the distance just swirling is beautiful.
oh
Like,
yeah.
for sure.
Until it gets closer.
Yeah, and then it gets
You're
closer.
like, wait a minute. This is you're. Oh no.
It's a little windy.
I think I should go inside.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but you know what? I mean, that's something to think about too. Is that we are surrounded by mountains, but just thinking about an actual tornado, just like, you know what? Forget all that. I'm coming in and just like mowing down half of like Las Vegas, which I'm not speaking that into existence or anything like that. I'm just saying it would
I
be,
don't think I
interesting.
emotionally could handle like the aftermath of a tornado in Vegas.
It'd be insane. There's so many people that live here. Like, I feel like in other states where tornadoes happen a lot more frequently, there's less population, and two, the population's built out more. It's more farmland and stuff like that. So it is impactful to the cities, the small and the small towns. However, like if the one was to wreck through Vegas, you have like
Majority of the city is being
hundreds.
taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, or most of the city.
Oh,
'Cause,
like
100%.
if a tornado hit the strip, like
we're done for.
there would be so many problems that would happen. Like we'd have like electrical issues. We'd end up having like the Bellagio would just like overflow somehow and like just water everywhere. We'd be in a new drought. Like, oh my gosh. And then all the mole people would probably get torn up out of the ground.
That's true.
Oh my gosh.
gosh. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm not just like memeing
Yeah.
the underground people
The
on this
people who live
strip.
underneath
Like,
the
thinking
strip.
about it, I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
The devastation. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
true.
It'd be absolutely devastating.
We
It'd
get
be
rid of all the
insane.
tourists,
Oh,
which would
yeah.
be nice for a minute.
This town would go from like a place that everyone wants to be all the time to a place no one ever wants to come visit.
Oh man, that'd be nice.
We would lose our NFL stadium that's being built, our UFC.
I mean, screw that. Put money into the education system. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Not today.
Not
Not today.
Yeah.
today.
We'll stay away from that a little bit, but
Yeah.
not today.
So.
But yeah, scary stuff. The weather changed. The weather's just crazy. It was literally like, also like 2 weeks ago, like 70 degrees, like was the top, or like 70, 80. I don't know. It felt like 70 to me, but it was like probably low 90s, 80s.
Yeah, it was
80s.
like 80 something.
Yeah, it felt good outside. You could walk outside without feeling like you're in an oven.
Right.
But now it's back
Just
to
for
feeling like
one
you're in an
day,
oven.
and then we're back in hell.
Yeah. But hopefully we get some more rain and that fixes that issue.
I would like there to be a little more rain, like over Lake Mead, because I'm kind of tired of the amount of bodies we are also finding because of it being too low.
Honestly,
Like the body count is 5 right now, and that's probably just the bodies that the catfish haven't eaten.
Exactly.
But I love when like our urban legend is actually true. Like, I know like we all joked about like the bodies in like Lake Mead, like, but I always like thought it was real. Like it just kind of made sense because we're a mob town.
Yeah.
I mean, like look at the Goodmans. Actually, cut that out. I don't want them to come for me. But like it just kind of makes sense. Like there would be a body in there. Like urban legends kind of have some truth to them.
Yeah.
And it's a
makes
body of
sense.
water.
It terrifies me more that I've swam in that lake.
that part.
Do you
Well,
have
actually, I haven't. So.
a like dead body to water ratio that you're okay with?
I mean, as long as it's not causing disease.
What the
yeah.
flip? I'm not swimming
No.
in an area where there's dead bodies.
I swam in Lake Mead before, and like the thought of like there could be a dead body in here crossed my mind, and I'm like, whatever, it's at the bottom. But now that we've confirmed 5 dead bodies, I'm like, I'm not going in that water. There's 5. So I've discovered that my dead body to water like ratio
Is 1 to 1?
is anything more than 1. 5 is astronomical.
I just remember playing Ghost of Tsushima, and there's a part where like the Mongols are taking over the land, and they think that like the whole premise is like this ghost is attacking these monks or something like that,
Right.
or this mad illness has caused them to start just dying off randomly. And then you figure out that the Mongols have been killing people and disposing of the bodies in the well, which is poisoning the water which the monks were drinking that was causing them to die. And yeah, so it's this whole crazy thing. That's what I think of. That was like a side quest in a vast game that I haven't even beaten yet. So
Oh, I know,
yeah, but
This side quest is about to be a main quest for us. Like, hold on.
but yeah, that terrifies me. I've never even thought of there being bodies in Lake Mead.
Really?
Like, yeah, like I don't know, because I wasn't born here.
Oh yeah.
I moved here later on.
Transplant.
Yeah, I
You didn't
grew
know this
up
was a
here,
mob
but
town.
yeah, I knew it was a
mob
mob
lives
town.
here?
The mob. Yeah.
I'm dedicated.
But I didn't think like I thought when I imagine a mobster killing someone, disposing of the body, I imagine them going out into the desert and then burying the body somewhere just out in the middle of nowhere.
So you have a desert to body ratio.
Yeah,
Like you're fine, like just existing in the
it could
desert.
be like 1,000 to 1.
Yeah.
It'd be cool being in a graveyard out in the middle of the desert.
Donner Pass is a graveyard in its own way.
Donner Pass.
That's where the people got stuck, like the Donner Party got stuck, and then they like eat each other.
Were they
I don't know what you're
gonna
talking about.
eat each other to survive?
Yeah, like they were like snowed in and stuff, and someone who knows this better than me can like correct me, but they basically like tried to get through like this pass, and now it's named after them. And I think there's only like 1 or 2 survivors, but like there's like a journal of like everything that transpired to like the people like being eaten like
That's
out of
insane.
necessity.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's Nevada
Cannibalism.
history for you, buddy.
Wow, it's the stuff they don't teach you in school.
So I wonder what they taste like. What?
What a body tastes like?
What people meat
What
tastes
people
like?
meat
I,
tastes like? I think it's actually documented.
people meat is sweet. So I'm told.
People meat. That's
It's like a sweet, like meat on the pork spectrum.
That I
Wow.
mean, that makes sense. However, I can never. Okay, we're gonna get into we're gonna get
So
into
how
a
was your week, Sam?
human consumption conversation.
We're gonna put a
I
pin
don't
in
like
this,
this.
and I'm gonna bring it up later.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What happened to you since the last time we met?
So I had a knee surgery because I am
Ooh.
broken. First of all, basically from May all the way up until this past Tuesday, I have just been suffering with like injury after injury. I broke my hand in May, and then like in June to the exact day, I dislocated my knee. Mikey was there for that.
But I acted like I wasn't.
I know. I almost forgot you were there.
I was outside. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to turn around.
To make a weird story short, we had like went out of town to this event, and like there's like a bus of 10 of us, and I think I was like the second person to get into the bus, and I was trying to get to the back seat. I'm already in the bus. I take 2 steps, and my knee yeets itself in the wrong direction. It just went, eh. So I dislocated it. Yeah, and as I feel like the whole pop in my body. I hear it in my ears. It's like super loud, and I fall over, and I like start cussing up a storm because I'm like, fuck, like I just fell over. Oh fuck, my body hurts. Oh, like I kept like repeating like the dropping F-bombs, and I'm like, I'm saying all the bad words in front of the saints and my friends. So that's what happened, and out of pure embarrassment, because someone was like, baby, do you need an ambulance? And I was embarrassed, and I probably should have taken an ambulance, but we were in California, and I don't know what healthcare out there looks like. So I just relocated my knee. I popped it back into place, got into my seat, and said, let's go home, guys, and no one talked to me. And then we went back to Vegas, and I got my knee checked out 2 days later. But turns out I fractured my femur just from this fall.
Good Lord.
Like all the cartilage that was right there, like I
Wow.
knocked it out, stretched my ligament crazy. My meniscus is fine. I don't remember where that is, but the doctors keep telling me that my meniscus is fine, so go me.
Okay.
I'd love that for me.
Okay.
That's great for you.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So I had to have a surgery to fix all the damage I did. And then they were like, yeah, we're just going to have to put your kneecap back in the right spot. Because, you know, me being
Because
the
apparently you didn't pop it right.
I didn't put it in the back. I didn't put it back where it came from. My bad.
Have you never popped a kneecap back into place before?
No, that was my first time. I literally thought of
Wow.
Mission Impossible, and I was like, this guy.
You thought you did it, huh?
I thought I did it. Well, my only thought was like, I'm in pain and I'm embarrassed and I'm not getting on an ambulance. I'm gonna put my knee back in place. I've seen it in Mission Impossible or like some like show or movie somewhere. Did not feel great. Let me tell you that. So I got my surgery to fix it. And I'm basically not stable on my leg. I have to do like physical therapy for the next 6 weeks. And I'm basically just like, I'm like in the most kidnappable state I could ever be in as an adult right now.
Man. Just the way that it went down. Okay. So from another perspective. So there's like a whole
Here we
bunch
go.
of us waiting outside and they're telling us, okay, we can start loading in, getting ready to go home. Like, cool, great. So I'm kind of like holding the door open for this. I think it was like a 15-passenger van, whatever. And so 2 people are already in. I think and also like 2 more, the one who's driving and the one in the passenger seat. And so you start to get in. And so I was talking to somebody. We stopped talking. I turn around. And I see it when it happens.
Oh, you watched me fall.
So I actually saw it. So I saw like, but I couldn't hear. Like it would sound like so muffled. So when I saw it, I was like, "What is going on?" I thought you were like, doing a little dance, like a joke. But then when I saw that your fingers were spread out like this, and you're like, because it just seemed like. Literally, she did like a little like shimmy, like a little like Harlem shake, and then she like tipped over and fell a little bit. And I was like, "What is she doing?" And I was like, start to laugh a little bit until I realized she was like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" And I was like, "Oh, ooh," because there's already so many people there, and like already embarrassing. So I'm like, I'm not trying to make it more than it is. So I just turn around while you're like processing it, like sitting there, and then popping your knee, not back into place, and then like, okay, let's go. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
wait a minute.
The craziest thing about it
Ooh.
was I was wearing ripped jeans, so like I can't even be like I felt it out of place and it wasn't right. Like I looked at my knee and like it was on the side of my leg it shouldn't have been on, and like I touched it and I was like, oh no. So I just like I didn't remember how I did it. The pain was immense.
People were trying to help you, like, and that's the thing too. Like, I get that too. Like, you know, I'm in pain. Don't try to like, just let me be for a second till I know what's going on. You know, and yeah. So
Yeah.
just like, don't touch me, don't touch me. I was like, oh snap.
I felt so bad because I'm cussing up a store to all these nice church folk who are just trying to be friendly to me. Yeah, so that's what led up to the surgery, and so I had to get put under because it's surgery, and I thought it was gonna be like a localized anesthetic, so I could watch. Like I really wanted to watch like them open up my knee. I was kind of disappointed, but
What?
I've never. Yeah,
Wait, you wanted to like be awake while they?
yeah. Like if
Why?
I can't feel, I just want to know what like the inside of my body looks like.
I don't think there's a.
I think there are better ways to go about doing that.
But there was an opportunity.
Is
like,
there an amount of like numbingness that could, you know, allow you to withstand being awake while?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what local anesthesia is. Like they'll like numb like a part of your body, and then they're like, we're gonna just
Yeah,
do all these things to you.
That's what they do during C-sections. Like if a woman has a C-section, they don't put her to sleep. They literally cut her and do an incision underneath her
Right.
stomach, and then they take out all of her organs and set them on a table next to them, and then they take the baby out.
Every time it's explained, I'm like, huh?
It's
like
it's the organs for me.
But it's like there still is a little bit of like feeling and pain a little bit.
No,
Like it's
I
all.
don't think so. It's all gone.
If there is pain, then you don't have enough anesthetic or anesthesia, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But it won't knock you out.
Yeah.
It's just in that area specifically.
If
Okay.
I recall correctly, there's like 4 types of anesthesia, and I think the specific localized one is just like it is like a pinpoint type thing. That's not what I
Okay,
had, so I
okay.
can't explain it too well.
Well, I just learned something new, because I mean, I've been put under before, but I never really asked or had it explained to me, such as this. And you had 2 kids, well, your wife. So
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
Zach-
have those 2 kids.
Zach popped them suckers out.
They were very painful
Wow.
to have.
This man procreates.
so you're aware like the procedures and everything like that. So it makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. Continue.
No, yeah, but like I was excited to go under. It's like, oh well, I'm not gonna be able to watch, but I get to experience going under, and I've always been fascinated with the idea of like being put under, because I'm like, everyone's like, I was awake and then I wasn't, and then I was, and confused, and so I just I want that experience to know like, like do I have enough brain power to know what's going on, type deal. I didn't.
Yeah, you always think you're the outlier.
Oh, I believe.
Oh,
that,
I
like,
can do it. I can.
Yeah.
I could
Huh?
totally stay awake and just have them operate on me. No, this stuff is like potent. It's supposed to put me out.
Yeah.
But coming to, so the place I was at, my cousin is a nurse there. Thank you, Nurse Susie, for taking great care of me.
Hey, Susie.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah. And she like told them beforehand. She's like, hey, she's from Northtown. If you're from Nevada, Vegas, you know what that means. Whatever. But like she told them, she goes, she's from Northtown, so we'll see how she wakes up. So she pre-warned them. And I was like, oh, haha, whatever, funny. Like, I'm gonna be fine. I apparently woke up fighting the nurses. I don't remember fighting. But I remember at some point coming to, like, I didn't have vision, but I remember, like, all of these women's voices, like multiple women going, Savannah, 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 like, Savannah, can you hear me? Savannah, like over and over. And it was just so weird until finally, like, I heard Susie go, hi, Savannah, it's me, Susie, I love you. Bye-bye. And I was like, I was like, bye, Susie, I love you. Like, you know, like in my, in my anesthesia state. And then, like, I finally, like, the actual memory I have is, like, waking up to, like, this very pretty woman, like, sitting there being, like...
Bleeding, just...
like,
arm just, like, out of her socket, pretty much torn off. She's like, hi, Savvy.
Her head's on a pike.
like
Savannah
that.
glances back to all the
Black
other
eye.
nurses that she murdered in the hallway.
No, she was beautiful and unharmed. She's like, hi, Savannah, like, do you remember where you are? Like, just kind of, like, waking me up, like, slowly and stuff. And I was like, yeah, the pain's a 10, whatever. And that's what I thought, like, was the whole deal. No, according to Susie and whoever else, like, spoke to me afterwards, they were like, no, like, you kept trying to, like, get up, which is why, like, it makes sense why all these women were trying to talk to me and get me, like, to pay attention, because I'm just, like, there, like, on the bed, like, ugh.
They're holding you down, and you bite one of their necks, and you're like, oh. So,
Over here, like,
they
trying to
taste
have gang
sweet.
signs, like.
I low-key thought you were going to say you're going to wake up chained, like, to the bed.
Oh my
They
gosh,
would've had to-
they chained me down to the operating table before I went to sleep. I think that's so,
Man.
like, I didn't just, like, start swinging, like, I don't know, they, like, touched the wrong thing. But my favorite part of,
Wrong thing.
I don't know, like, there's, like, nerves and stuff.
In my mind, I'm thinking, like, you were already fighting, and Susie says that to you, and you stop. You're like, I love you too, and then you continue fighting. Your own people around. And
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like that one better. No, my favorite part
Storyteller.
is before I went in. So this whole, like, thing is quite, like, a great experience.
Mhm.
My nurse, she wrote yes on my operating leg, and then she wrote no on, like, the no operating leg. She's like, sometimes we just have to, like, double check and make sure that, like, we're operating on the right
Oh,
leg.
God.
And it was just really funny because it's, like, written in, like, quick, like, pen, like, yes, no. I was like, I'm gonna get this as a tattoo. It's hilarious.
I've actually heard stories where they've done surgery on the wrong arm, in the wrong place, and it's kind of like, man, you went through so many years of. I mean, I understand if, like, the communication is, or it's not correct on paper, whatever. But if you're told, like, it's the right leg and you don't know what the right leg is, like, you don't know your right from your left,
Should you be operating?
should you be a
Like,
doctor?
my right or the patient's right? Or
Yeah, like, it's
Hey,
like,
I'm
you're
just-
looking.
Listen, if they have to write on me with a marker telling them this is the one to do surgery on, I'm fine with that.
Please, because I'm not
Yeah.
trying to wake up and having pain on both, and one is, yeah, it's.
we don't know what happened. We swapped your legs.
I'm fighting somebody, man. You're not gonna keep me now. I'm gonna get up.
Oddly enough,
and
your
fight
arm is
somebody.
your leg. What?
we tripped.
Have you ever been slapped with a leg before?
I'm gonna turn this mug up.
Anyways, that was my
Wow.
experience.
Wow.
And then we, like, for my physical therapy, Vincent and I brought a thing of crumble cookies. Vincent brought them.
Oh,
I
shout out.
I took
Shout
the
out to
glory
Vincent.
for it because I'm like, these poor nurses, like,
Mm.
they've probably dealt with all kinds of things, but just, like, I don't know, like, just 4 women having to hold me down just sounds hilarious. With Susie popping in, like, I love you, bye-bye.
She's like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with that. You guys got it though.
just talk to her. She'll be fine.
Wow.
Anyways, that was my week.
Man, yeah, that's intense.
It was great.
And now you're here on some drugs,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You-
chilling.
Are you taking, like, just like normal painkillers?
Oh,
or-
no, they gave me a narcotic. I had to fill out,
Oh.
like, 2 pieces of paper, which is just signing my name twice, saying that I agree to having a narcotic and I know what I'm taking, and, like,
Yeah.
like something about, like, if an addiction occurs, like, whatever, like, it's not their
Yeah, you
fault.
don't sue us.
Yeah, like,
Mm.
oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm on some pretty strong stuff. Kinda,
Nice.
Like, makes my head feel a little loose.
That's good. That's awesome.
Shoot, I'm trying to make my head feel a little loose too.
I'm not sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, addiction is real, Mikey.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Just a little bit. Okay.
like lick the tab. No, that's not how that works.
I remember going through surgery. I had surgery on both legs. One because of my foot, and so they did my left foot for an arch, and they had to not necessarily shorten. I don't know the correct procedure name for it for the Achilles heel, but they had to. Yeah, but I'm not sure if they had to like cut it to shorten it a bit, in a sense of like some stuff, ligaments, everything like that. They explained it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, sure. Don't know. And so I had that done, and like I was on crutches, and I think for 6 months. 6 months, and it was torture. But for like 2-3 months, I still had to take some like pain meds, and I think it was ibuprofen. I don't know, maybe. My mom knows. I don't know.
They gave you bleeds.
If it was back then, it was probably not that bad, like not that intense. I've never taken a narcotic painkiller. I don't think.
That you know of.
Yeah, that I know of. I've also I broke a bone a long time ago, but I don't remember any of the recovery process.
Really?
Your brain
Yeah.
bone?
My brain bone.
How long ago was that? When you?
I was before I ever lived in Vegas. I was like a young kid.
Oh.
I was probably like 6 years old. I broke my elbow playing around. I like jumped over something and then came down like right on the edge of something and just clipped it, and it broke. Moved up my arm, and then that's why I have that scar. Had to put a screw in my arm.
Hit. Wow.
I still had that screw up until like a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Did it dissolve? Did you remove it yourself?
No. They removed it and they put it in a jar, and I got to keep it.
Really?
Yeah.
I wanted to keep my cartilage that they cleaned out, and I forgot to ask. Yeah.
Wow.
It was going to be for a joke for another friend. I was like going to make them like a cartilage bracelet and be like, you're the bee's knees. It was like a whole thing. It's not funny anymore, but
Keep your cartilage.
I grew it. It's mine.
Yeah.
You freak.
Let me have my things.
That's interesting though.
Yeah.
That you like a critical hit on your elbow. and
Yeah, it was. I remember it being really painful, and my dad telling me like, just it's not broken. Suck it up. Stop crying about it. And then went to the doctor.
Jokes on you, mother.
Broken.
Actually, jokes on me too.
Your dad's like, man up. And the doctor was like, no, it's broken. He's a child.
He's looking like.
Nah.
No.
No, he can walk it off.
He's joking with you.
Walk it off.
He just doesn't want to go to school today.
Yeah, right.
He's faking it.
It was my right arm too, so it jacked up like all of my I couldn't write anything. Like I had to write, left-handed and yeah, screwed up. That was before a computer. Well, not before computers. I'm not that fucking old.
This is when he was carving into stone. Like that's why it was
we
very
were
difficult.
chiseling. You had to have both hands. It was terrible. No,
Ah, damn.
before there were keyboards were a more common occurrence with
Yeah.
schools. We had them. They're the old big giant Apple tower, or not tower, the Apple screens
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
rainbow logo. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super old.
When Time Machine was a thing on the MacBooks.
That's one thing. Yeah, Time Machine. You're right. That's one thing I don't think people like younger kids now, people in their 20s even, don't remember the Apple logo ever being a rainbow.
Definitely. And they make us feel old.
Yeah, right?
Gosh.
Jerks.
Oh, Zoomers.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? What are the names of these generations now?
They're Gen Z. I hear Zoomer a lot. It just sounds really funny because it's like the antithesis of a boomer.
Yeah, and I think that's what that comes from. I think they're trying to like the okay boomer meme became a big thing. So now
Okay,
Zoomers
Zoomer.
are yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, and we're the millennials, right?
Yeah, I think we fall in that category, and then
It's like 90
95 is the cutoff
1990
year for millennials.
Okay.
This was
yeah.
at the end of the year or the beginning of the year? Because
The
I've
beginning
seen 95 as the start of whatever the other
Of
generation
Z.
is.
I
So
feel like
Z. So it's still Z right now.
so it just I've come to the conclusion that depending like if you are the oldest of your family and you're born in 95, you're a Zoomer. But if you're the youngest in your family and you're born in 95, you're a millennial. And my logic behind that is if you have older siblings, you're going to get more of like their millennial culture. So you're going to be raised with whatever their interests are in stuff. Whereas if you are the oldest, then you're kind of like doing like paving the way in that, or like you don't have anyone to show you like that stuff, you know? Cause like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
so I have older siblings, and so like I'm like I feel like a little more like a lot more millennial because like they were
like that.
88 and 87.
Yeah.
So
That's a
Yeah.
good way of looking at it.
just
yeah.
like who's older.
I am
around
the
you.
oldest, but I am 93.
Yeah, you're a millennial.
So, yeah. And you're
Hmm.
the youngest, right?
Yeah. So
And you're
I was born 95, and yeah, start of the year.
so that makes sense.
Hmm.
It tracks. Your logic tracks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm kind of smart sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not just funny people. Sometimes we're smart.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're neither.
There goes like
Speak
all of
for
my
yourself.
like all of my like intelligent points for the day though. Like that logic, I used up everything. So small
Yeah.
brain from here on out, boys.
Yeah. Well, when I looked at it before, just why I'm saying it is because I don't know why. I don't know if it's like considered still like Gen Z, and because I was like researching it a couple months ago, and like how I think it was like 50. I think it was like the 50s to the 80s is a generation, but for some reason from the 80s to 95 is another generation. So there's this whole like couple of decades here, and then we have like 10 years, and then it's the rest of the whatever current gen. So
We
it's
have,
weird.
I think it's boomers, Gen X, millennials, and then Zoomers and whatever's underneath those Zoomers, right? Gen Y.
I forget what it is.
Gen
I thought it was like alpha.
That-
I don't know.
oh, alpha. That's like the most Chad thing to call yourself. Okay, babies, chill.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't know when my kids would be considered because they were born 2020 and then 2021. So,
Whoa.
yeah.
Whoa. Sorry.
Is time just getting to you right now?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow.
No, yeah, the perception of time is like super weird, especially when you contextualize. I love looking at those what do you call them? It's the facts. It's like weird facts that you wouldn't expect to be true. Like I literally don't even want to try to quote one because I'm gonna sound dumb as fuck. But
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, it's like if Martin Luther King was never
Oh, it's like Barbara
he had
Walters.
never been killed.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is it like the ones where it's like Barbara Walters and Anne Frank should have been the same age?
Yes, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's super weird time facts that like you think things happen like way before you were taught that they happen. Like I don't know, just remembering weird things from like growing up, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like when my like world history like timeline collides.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've just been learning a little bit more about Europe, and like my brain, like I think this might just be because I'm American, but I've just full on decided that Europe is still in the dark ages. Like, and they're not.
Yeah.
I know they're not. Like, they have Teslas out there, they have iPads and all that stuff, and just something in my brain says like, you guys are still like old timers riding horses and carriages.
They have more electric cars out there than they have here.
They
I'm like,
do. They
what
have a lot more
the
green initiatives.
flip?
They do.
This is bullcrap.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like
Immensely, yeah.
some of that just seems insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, super. I don't know why I like. I think it's just the depictions of things like in the news and stuff that you see in America. Like, you think that everywhere in the world is like behind technologically,
No, yeah.
and that's not the case.
Oh, except
Like,
for Japan. Japan to me is the future.
Yeah.
Like they have hover cars to me, and like they are like the Futurama tubes where like you just go through them and stuff. I know that's not the reality, but that's how my brain like views Japan.
Yeah, they got like mech suits and like
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of do. Like they have that Gundam in like
they do.
Universal Japan or whatever.
They have the other, like the weaponized one. Have you
Is-
seen the weaponized mech?
No.
They have a weaponized mech. It's
Oh.
not. It's super like crazy or anything. It can like hardly move. But,
That's
like,
amazing.
Yeah, they're working on it.
If that's what takes out America, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Like if I die in this country because Japan sent like a Gundam to take us out, like
I don't know. I'd probably be
not
happy
gonna
with that.
complain.
Wow.
Like, oh, like me in heaven, like they're gonna be like, how did you get here? Like, what war was it? The Gundam War of 2022. Like a robot took me out with a laser.
I think it's technically
Be
the
quick and
rule set
painless,
of
probably.
life. Yeah.
So I hope so.
Hopefully. I think it's technically the rule set of life that if a Gundam happens to kill you, you get isekai'd into a new world.
Oh heck yeah.
I choose to believe that that's the case. You know.
This is now my life's journey, just trying to like get killed by the 2 Gundams in Japan.
I will help them invent a Gundam just so it can kill me.
She's crazy. She's a mad scientist, engineer.
No comment.
She's gonna kill everyone in the world.
You know, just myself. Has 1 kill code and it's after me.
Okay, hold on. Going back to this real quick, just because I had to look it up. I had to see. Okay, so the generations here.
Yes, good. I
Baby
don't have an internet
boomers.
connection, or else I would have looked it up.
The baby boomers. Okay, born from 1946 to 1964. Okay, Generation Jones, which I didn't know that. Okay, born from 1955 to 1965. Okay, Generation X, born from 1965 to 1980. Millennials, born from 1977 to, or Zennials, I should say, born from 1997 to 1983. Millennials, born from 1981 to 1996, and then Generation Z, born from 1997 and after. And then it says Generation Alpha, which you're correct,
Oh, nice.
born from 2010 and after. So
Nice.
Generation Jones. I didn't
Yeah, right?
know.
Excuse me? Who are you people?
Yeah, what the heck?
The only thing I could think of was that one song, Me and Mrs. Jones. I don't know.
Yeah,
Has
I know what you're
nothing
talking
to do
about.
with each other, but it's like that's baby making era.
But
Yeah, Generation. You don't hear too many of like things about them. Is that because?
Are they the most
Well,
unproblematic?
the thing is that
Or I was gonna make
These-
a Jonestown joke. But I shouldn't have even said it.
let's get to the break real quick. But
Technical
the
difficulties.
thing is that the names of the generations are different until generation or baby boomers. So everything before, which is like the greatest generation that was born 1901 to 1927, the silent generation 1928 to 1945.
The silent generation?
Yeah, the silent generation. But it doesn't say Generation Jones after baby boomers. It just
Oh,
says
interesting.
Generation X.
Gen X.
So, yeah, I don't know if I believe this anymore. Nothing is correct. I have trust issues. Let's move on.
I think it's more about the way you act as a person, as to what defines your generation, than
If you are in a Target yelling at the guest service counter kids like you're a Karen and you are
Yeah.
a boomer.
boomer energy right there.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you're understanding and you know how to work through basic, human interactions
Yep.
in day-to-day life, then
If you have a slight, tiny bit of compassion that the person serving you is a human,
you're
So we're
anything
talking about
else.
like majority, like if people act like
Yeah,
this. and
yeah,
then-
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
if you have
The
compassion.
majority of people are normal. The other portion are all boomers.
Yeah, literally.
And why would they be called boomers? That's
The baby boomers. Like, like
Yeah.
they all came back from the war and then there's like a baby boom because they all had like babies. They're like
That's
having
why.
all the.
called the baby
Doing all the deeds.
I'm learning
Yeah.
stuff today. Wow.
You've
okay.
never. You
I
did?
never knew that?
Oh,
I
man.
feel like that was explained, but I just forgot.
It's just like after
Yeah.
hearing boomer so many times, you forget that it's for the baby boom.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
true. They're disassociated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby boomers kind of reminds me of like a somewhat good time in the world. Not really, racism existed, but like it sounds a lot easier on the ears. But once I hear boomer, I'm like, ugh, racist.
Yeah.
Everything was going good until, yeah. Well,
Sorry.
Yeah, racism. But yeah, it's that is interesting. Yeah, I feel like I believe someone explained it to me before, but I mean, it's somewhat confusing. But when you put it like that, well, majority of like a generation, is a certain way, acts a certain way, kind of like,
Yeah.
explains. Unless there's something like catastrophic that happened, and then you're the product of that, then baby boomers. All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm good.
All
I
cut
feel
up.
like- yep, I'm
Just
there.
learning so many things today. I love it.
Nice.
I'm there. I've arrived.
I am here.
Wow. Okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Nice.
Well-
Well, I know one thing that you did want to talk about last week that we didn't get to because it was hella long. Our conversation on Lambda was the
Lambda, love it.
Amazon.
Yes. Let me see if I still have it. So, just to catch everybody up. So basically, where is it? Where's the is this here? No. So Amazon has pretty much bought the Roomba. That's what it's called, right? Roomba.
I think that their company is called something else, but they own the Roomba. They bought like
Yes.
the company that does all the like data collection essentially for Roomba, but I think they also own Roomba. I don't know, it was kind of confusing.
Yeah, and so it has really sparked up a lot of like controversy. So pretty much, yeah, it says here Amazon bought the company that makes the Roomba. Antitrust researchers and data privacy experts say it's the most dangerous, threatening acquisition in the company's history.
Really?
So basically, just because it can, the big thing that I read from it, just to paraphrase and everything like that, is the Roomba can get data from your house for just like learning the layout. So let's say your kitchen, it cleans up your kitchen. It knows the majority of like the square footage, like data in that sense. And so it could, people can get the data from there and know like, okay, what could be, inside your house to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And so some people are in an uproar about it because it is an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, it's data collection and invasion of privacy. I did look a little bit into this too because you had mentioned it, and it looks like they can tell things like if you have hardwood floors or tile or carpet.
Yep.
On obviously like what room and what furniture you have laid around in that room. There's a lot
Yeah.
of different data that it collects, and it essentially builds a Roomba being an automated vacuum. It builds a floor plan of your house and how to efficiently vacuum, or they have ones that mop. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty crazy.
That's
but
cool.
yeah, they have ones that do like a cycle, so they'll go through if it's tile and like vacuum it, and then they'll mop it for you. Cool technology, but yes, they are essentially collecting that data. But yes, with Amazon purchasing them, I mean,
It's cool until it starts following you around the house. Like you're like, why don't I hear nothing right now? You turn around, it's just like, like, were you watching me this entire time?
what is it? The Black Mirror, or it's not Black Mirror. It's Love, Death, and Robots. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah,
Oh,
was
man.
it the
New season? Don't they have like a killer Roomba type bot? The old lady gets like
yeah?
a robot
Was
cleaner.
it the new season or was it the second season?
I think it was the newest season.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's more than one season. I knew there was like a season 2. There's 3 seasons. I am
Yeah.
behind.
Didn't they come out with the newest
Whoa.
season this year, right?
The newest season dropped this year.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm
How did you think?
behind.
Pretty good.
What'd you think about it?
I really liked it. There were some episodes that were amazing.
Mhm.
The one where the researcher goes to the planet.
Oh,
research was
yeah.
really good. I thought that one was fantastic.
Yeah.
The one
yeah,
about
yeah.
the deaf guy, I didn't really super care for it.
Oh,
Artistically, it was cool.
I think it was
With
last.
the Lady of the Lake.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That apparently got like nominated for a
Yeah,
lot.
a lot of people
Yeah,
really
it
liked
did.
it.
I saw that.
I didn't care for that one too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. It was.
Oh,
it
you
was
know what?
trippy.
Maybe that
It
was
trippy.
season 2, the dog one, with the old lady. You're probably right.
Mm.
What were some other ones of season 3?
Where the robots they
They visit the other. Yeah, they
Yeah.
continue that robot storyline.
which is actually pretty funny, pretty cool that they're like consistent with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I never put together that game, or that short that they did, the
Mhm.
robots exploring, and then the cat being like the punchline, and then
Yeah.
the video game Stray. I'm just now connecting those dots.
Wait, what?
Yeah, not that they're like actually combined, but it's just like a. Because you've seen the first season of Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, the one where they go to the robots go to the planet, and it's the desolate planet. They find the cat.
Mhm.
The cats. They have like an updated one in the newest season,
Okay.
where they're still like walking around being
Wait.
tourists and stuff. Oh, I gotta be closer, right there. Okay, cool. And then they have. But just with that game and cats being like the only ones alive, and the game Stray is all about like being in a robot
Yeah, yeah.
like society as a cat, essentially. But
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's
Overlord.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah. It's a theme.
all the seasons where they had like good episodes.
Good.
They're
and
really
bad
like
ones, yeah.
yeah, really trippy.
The one that still gets me is the first season, the episode about it's also the space one where the guy is warping through space or whatever, and he's you remember the warp speed breaks, and it's like him trying to figure out how to like turn it back on, and he's like hallucinating the whole. He's not hallucinating it, but
Is this
it's
the one where,
alien
like,
that's like
The alien,
controlling
he
him.
wants to like finally like see her, and then apparently like
Yeah.
she always like this is like the same thing they're going through. She always reveals
Yep.
himself, and he can't handle
and
it.
he can't mentally handle it.
Yeah.
So she like reboots him. Yeah.
Jeez.
That one.
I need to rewatch that. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I liked the I can't remember the proper title for it, but the blue tile one.
Oh, the blue tile one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called. Shit.
It's like I want to call it Omicron blue, but that's not
I
it.
think that's it's something like that. It's like aquatic blue, or like it's the name of that tile.
Yeah.
Color. Yeah.
Have you seen that one? It's
Oh,
so neat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm
That was
thinking
like-
about that one too.
That was the last episode they gave me, because you know, like when you watch it, it'll like cycle the episodes differently for everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like if I have it on my Netflix account, or at least this was like season 1, I don't know about the rest, it'll like give me like the list in a different order than it would give you the list. So that blue tile one was my last one, and it was just the best way for me to like end that first season.
What?
It was so cool.
That is really.
What?
Yeah, like so
I
like
did
no
not
one
know
like
that.
got the same like watching experience like in the same order.
Huh.
Ah!
That's really interesting.
Holy
didn't know that.
crap!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched it all the way through when I was at work. Like, I literally discovered it and then watched all of the first season through, and I didn't know that it was different.
Bro, that
Like,
was the
It's
second.
like all the same like episodes.
Yeah,
They just
that one was like
different
almost
order.
the end for me.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was
Cool.
close to the end, but it wasn't the last episode that it showed
Cool.
me.
Was it the okay? It was the wolf one in the first season, right? Or second season?
The wolf.
Where I'm trying to find the characters. Okay, because
With the soldier wolf.
yeah. Was that the first season? I'm gonna pull up.
I think
Pull it up
so.
right now.
Honestly, I didn't even.
I don't
I might have
remember.
watched the second season now that I think about it.
Because that was the last.
That was like a middle episode for me.
Dang.
Maybe I watched.
That was like the
those
last
seasons.
episode for me in whichever season it was, the first or second.
Huh. I don't remember this wolf one that you're talking about.
Hold on.
Plot twist. This is a fever dream, and Michael and I have. Not. It's not real. Wow, there's 3. So volume 2.
Yeah, what are the names of the episodes?
Automated customer service, ice, pop squad, snow in the desert, the tall grass, all through the house, life hutch, the drowned giant. Yeah, I didn't.
The drowned giant.
I didn't watch
was-
season 2. Holy cow.
was Interesting. It was such
Okay.
a bizarre,
Yeah.
like,
Shapeshifters.
shapeshifters.
Yeah. That was the last one for me.
No. For what it's showing me on my phone, it's like shapeshifters is like in the middle. Yeah, Zima Blue. There we go. That was my last one.
Zima Blue. Yeah.
That like just wrapped up like this whole weird show for me. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was a really good episode. For sure.
The art, the storytelling, like the mystery of it, like I was like engulfed.
The Pop Squad was, I think, the best one for me. It was that guy who, I think they just were eliminating, which is very bad, but they were eliminating like a certain amount of kids, population-wise. And so if they would find out that they're like kids living,
Oh,
they
yeah.
like they would have like a specialist come in,
and eliminate
take them
you.
out.
Yeah. That one was crazy.
But the ending was like super great. I don't know, it, like the way that it just all went about. It was kind of like the internal struggle that this guy had to with his job and eliminating, the kids and whatnot. But he wanted to build a family, kind of a thing, and it was greatly illustrated, and the storytelling was great. But going back just from all of that to Amazon doing its whole thing, it's
Oh yeah. Roomba.
I mean, I don't think it's totally like a bad thing. But it how, I don't know if that's like a really a big thing that your phone like listens to you, or like Alexa listens to you. So when you talk about a certain thing, like ads pop up,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's really like a big thing right now. Because it's been talked about for so long. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see it as an issue if a Roomba like knows the layout of my house.
I think it's definitely it depends on what they're doing with that data that
Yeah.
matters the most.
Yeah.
I don't think that they'll be maliciously trying to,
Expose me because I have
yeah,
my floors are dirty and
flash forward 10 years and this podcast takes off. We're the number 1 podcast in the world, and they're not going to cancel you and then dox you and then send your layout of your house to everyone so they know what's in your
2022,
house.
Zora lived in a house that had tile, the enemy of the state, the polluter of the world tile.
Yeah. Had those Zima blue tiles.
The Zima blue tiles.
Zima blue tiles. Oh my
But no,
gosh.
I do think that they'll utilize that information to accurately market things to you better.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense.
They'll accurately market, cleaning products for your tile, or, you
Mhm.
know,
Like if they
furniture where they see like other furniture
Yeah.
could be placed in your house in a different way.
like the room is
Yeah.
like there's a lot of dog fur in here. We're gonna like recommend dog shampoos,
Exactly.
dog toys, little dog outfits.
Yep.
Little
Something I
dog
know.
They'll
outfits.
advertise that to you. Then they'll be like, here's the dog food that you regularly buy. We supply
Mhm.
that. We also, if you subscribe with us, we'll undercut the price that you typically pay, and you pay for 6 months in advance. You get that. Like, it's all about
Ah.
a takeover of like trying to get people to move to. I think that's what they'll use that
I could
Yeah,
see
yeah.
is to move people over to Amazon for more things.
I
Not a
could
bad
see
tactic.
this Roomba totally just like outing me in like the states of depression I'm in, because like the little robot's just gonna be like some days driving over like trash and like bumping into things, and it's gonna like notify my therapist like, babe, this bitch tired, like she's like really sad, Then I'm just gonna get like all these like prescription like ads on my phone again, and just like, oh, am I feeling the blues, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I could see them like gathering that, like
I could see them gathering that.
maybe not that comedic, but
Yeah, for sure. They're not, gonna send an email notification specifically saying this bitch is tired. But
honestly, if Roomba did, I would feel like very compelled to go to my therapist. Like, you get me, little buddy.
yeah. Yeah, but it's also like what other technology is inside the Roomba? Does it have cameras to actually because obviously it has sensors to tell if it's close to things or whatever, but will it have cameras to then see? I don't know if you guys have ever seen those videos of like what if your phone is active and you like pan it around the room, what it sees and recognizes. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
Where like it tells you it will box off, like if I was to scan it around the room right now where the camera's not pointing, it would see like the laptop over there and the sink, and it would identify the fact that you have a hand soap by the sink, and it would identify the fact that you have 2 outlets on that wall. Like,
Yeah.
it would scan everything so fast that it would gather all the information. So I think if Amazon has some sort of idea that they want to build into that to gather that type of information,
Yeah,
to then
yeah.
just sell you more product.
Yeah.
I think that's all it is. But
Yeah.
also,
it's not a bad tactic, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like cool, like if it were only used in like the way of like for our betterment, or like, hey, like you like the brand Tide, or like you want to start using like cleaner products, here's these ones type deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I could also just see it being a problem. Like, I'm not like an important person in this world. Like, I am important to those around me, but like I'm not like hiding stuff. I'm not spy family over here. So like if a little Roomba robot like is able to see like in my house like how many doors I have, or like where my exits are, like that's gonna serve no one. Like
Exactly.
FBI man is gonna be like, she has 2 doors, and we could have figured that out on like the schematics that are allowed.
The city planning sheets that we got from the court
Exactly.
office.
Yeah,
Whatever.
like I don't
yeah.
know. Like, it doesn't seem like a big deal to me, but I'm also like oblivious to like how dangerous this could be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's also like how secure is that information? Can anyone who has access to your Wi-Fi network at home technically access that information?
That part.
Technically, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Any information, smart devices, people think smart homes are so cool, which they are, don't get me wrong,
They are.
but you have to have a secure network. Otherwise, if anyone can connect to your Wi-Fi, they can control your lights and see the temperature of your house is set at. And if you're worried about all of that, you should have a secure network, like first and foremost.
Yeah.
Don't tell my mom that. Because I for one, I like having a smart home, but setting all that up, I'm like, oh, we'll see.
Mhm.
But my mom was like, man, if something were to happen and people like hacked and start controlling things, and then air conditioning, everything is all up, electricity bill, and then it's just like, oh.
Well,
Yeah.
I think one thing too that I like to keep in mind is that people have main character syndrome. Everyone's the main character of their own lives. So to you, the world is out to get you. in any way, shape, or form. Like whether you realize that or not, or whatever. Even if it's like you want to live by positive vibes, push positive vibes out and get positive vibes back. If you live a religious lifestyle or whatever, you are the main character of your own story.
Yeah.
So thinking that like someone is gonna specifically hack into my home network to target me specifically because they want my personal information is very like you have to be an important person in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
Yeah.
exactly.
We're not important.
Yeah.
However, on the flip side of that coin, the reason I say secure network is because there are such things as open ports. There's even a Reddit subreddit. I don't remember the name of it currently, and I don't have internet, so I can't look it up.
Reddit.
But there's a subreddit linked to open ported Wi-Fi cameras. So people who have their Wi-Fi cameras set up that are just open and out to the public and don't know that that's the case, but they're posted on here so people monitor them. And that can be company security cameras that are on Wi-Fi. That can be someone's baby monitor that has a camera in it. That's why baby monitors are super specific. You want to get specific brands that either have a built-in security or you have your network locked down really well. Yeah. There's a lot of weird open ports stuff that people don't know about. And if typically, because of like cheaper cameras and stuff, will use open ports on your router that are already opened to access out to the internet, so it's easy for you just to look at it on your phone, but then people don't realize that can let anyone do that if they have your IP address and that port number.
Wow.
Fudge.
And this has been your daily, weekly security tips.
This makes me uncomfortable.
I'm
bought
learning
like
and relearning
a little
things.
couple months back, right last year now. I bought a camera so I could watch my dog when I'm not home. 'Cause I just want to know what she does.
And now there's some guy in Russia who's
That dude's
also
seeing
watching
cheeks
your
on
dog.
camera.
On God, look, so we have, my family and I, we have cameras inside the house.
Good for your dog.
And that's and my sister set it up, so I gotta figure out if she went through like the necessary, like, hey, do you know this for sure? Because if not,
Unplug it
Yeah.
now. Is this an open source? It's like I'm pointing to his sister tonight when he gets home.
Yeah. Well, you gotta like.
Did you know about this?
It's even more than just going through the proper setup because it could be really anything. But
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna
yeah, it's like
check my platform.
the way to do it. Like you gotta scan your ports and like see what traffic's going in and out of that, and
Yeah. Sometimes
But-
I'll just be like walking in my living room and I'm walking to my kitchen. But like sometimes I'm like, I need to readjust, if you know what I mean. You're a guy, readjusting is like, you gotta,
Just what?
huh?
Huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Readjust
I know
what?
you're talking
Just
I don't.
gotta make sure.
readjust your
What?
heart.
I don't. What are you talking about?
Don't do
man
this to
wears
me.
This man wears loose clothing. He does not know.
But like, yeah, I mean, honestly, I do that in public anyway, so it's not really a thing. But
Just reminded me. He's still in my life. I have this friend who just forgets that like I am a girl, and will do like these mannerisms that I assume like other guys just reserve for like being around other guys.
oh no,
But like he literally like does that like weird like squat drop that you guys do to like adjust your balls or like whatever your boxers. Or sometimes he'll just straight up like fix his crotch in front of me, and I'm like, you forgot I was a girl.
you're too comfortable. You're
Like-
Yeah.
too.
Like I love that you are like my brother, but this is too much.
I do
don't-
try to be aware of when I do things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I do it super often, but maybe I do.
I like, and here's the thing: like, there is like a line. Like, I have a line to how much adjustment like a guy could do in front of me before I'm uncomfortable.
I mean, as you should.
Yeah, like, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to like watch all the time. It just happens. But that sounded weird. And like, there's like, I'm like, if you guys are just to like adjust yourself, if you have to like do that like weird like 2-step like and then like squat thing and then keep going, like I get that. But like, if you're just full on like adjusting your junk in front of me, I'm like, bro, like get out of here. And I'm like, I'm glad you feel comfortable, but
But sometimes you don't need to feel comfortable.
I-
It's okay to feel ashamed of yourself a little.
I just don't want to see you grabbing it all, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But I've seen people like just like readjust, like full on hand going past the the underwear, and just it's like I get like, okay, if you're trying to just like use your pants, but you can't do that. Your pants are like too stiff. Okay, so you just go inside with the underwear, readjust there. Can't do that. You're gonna full on grip.
Yeah, dude.
Your
Some people are
stuff
gross.
and not you like hand sanitizer. Look, I'm not even a like kind of like a touchy feely like person, okay? But that makes me not want to touch anybody. Like even if you're a woman, like there's some women out there. Let's just be real. There's some women out there that are like they be wearing them leggings and whatnot, and they get wedgies and they'll pick it. And I'm not talking about like they'll like outside, like inside. I'm like, yo, you're too comfortable.
I just feel like if you have to stick your hand into your pants to fix whatever's going on, just go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
Like the moment you break that seal from your skin and your pants, like just get out of here. Wash your hands.
So what you're releasing is not.
The atmosphere is changing for the bad.
Oh man, yeah. I think the one thing that gets me too, like to do that same thing, to not want to shake anyone's hand or, do anything with anyone, is when I go to the restroom in a public place, and I'll wash my hands, and from behind me I hear the door open of a stall, and then the exit door open, and someone walk through it, and they obviously didn't come wash their hands because I'm sitting here washing my hands. I don't understand some people. It is insane.
I got stories.
The amount of like times I've been at a restaurant in the women's restroom and a girl will just like go into the stall and leave grosses me out. I'm like, we have to sit down. Like, just even the fact that you came into the bathroom like touching things, like you should wash your hands before you leave. Like
100%.
And like just the amount of times where I just like see like these ladies just like walk out afterwards, like they're done doing their business, and I'm like, I heard you. I knew what you were doing. Like, what? And we're at a restaurant of all places. Like,
you were in there tearing it up.
Hey, girl,
you wiped, didn't wash your hands.
Are at a Mexican restaurant. You better wash your hands because that diarrhea is not from the beans.
Woo! Splatoon party. Good God.
Sorry, that's a very specific tangent.
Wow.
I've been a janitor for some time. Not anymore, thank God. But I've been in bathrooms, and I've been cleaning some areas. So I'll be cleaning the last stall, whatnot, and then I notice like someone, which is stupid, because if someone's cleaning the bathroom, just don't use the bathroom. Go to another one, let them clean it, and then come back later when it's all done. Don't just come use the bathroom, a place where someone already cleaned. I'm going off of the tangent. Anyways, I've worked in a couple of buildings, and to notice that there are some men that go in, use the bathroom, and just walk out. I'm like, I know your face. And there's one person in particular. I know who this person is.
Out
and,
him.
Huh?
I said out him.
Out them. It's their social.
Yeah.
Give us their handle.
Actually, it's the building over from us that they're currently working in. But you know what? We're going to leave it at that.
I'm just kidding.
But this person always destroys the toilet. And it's always looking like a paint party. And one time, well, actually a couple times, but one time in particular that I can remember is me cleaning. I was cleaning the women's bathroom, and I had it blocked off. And so I was trying to get some stuff off the cart that I had. And this guy goes in and does his business. I hear the thing flush. It's a toilet flush. And the guy walks out. I'm like, no. I move the cart over, go inside. I was like, it already smells rank. I open the door and I see the toilet. I'm like, that's nasty.
Dude,
Wash your hands.
Bro.
please wash your hands.
Sing a birthday song while you wash your hands.
It's
Yeah.
like, I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger. I am not.
Yeah.
I'm not a touchy-feely person. Like,
Stay
I
away
prefer
from
a nod. I mean, I'm cool with a little, handshake, whatnot. But
It's so we need a. Before I lose this train of thought,
Go.
we need a. What's his name? The cart dude, the guy who like polices people not putting their cart away.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we need one of those people for restroom. For restroom people. We need someone to. Obviously, there's logistics around having to record, like recording in a restroom. You can't do that
yeah.
to random people. However, follow them out, record them. Shame them. Shame everyone into washing their hands. As we need to shame people into putting their carts away, the same deal. I'm not going to take that on, but someone out there will.
I'm not going to be the weird-ass girl who follows other women out the bathroom being like, she didn't wash her hands. Like, I already have enough
But someone
going
will.
against me.
You
I
gotta
could probably
just
pull it
figure out.
off.
There's a guy who does it with carts. Like, I would never do that. I'd never be like, hey, sir, you need a cart. It's over there. I wouldn't do it.
Cart corral is that way.
Yeah.
I think I could pull it off. I'd be like walking out of the bathroom and then like, if it's like a public place, and be like, hey, you didn't wash your hands. Hey.
You'd have to.
Being obnoxious.
This guy has poopy hands.
You gotta do it with a group of people. So you have like a bunch of people with signs outside the bathroom. So when you follow one person out, they all walk around with signs, giant signs that just say, "This guy didn't wash his hands," or yeah.
Bro.
So what were you saying?
sick
I was just gonna say, on top of Mikey saying the whole like he's not a touchy person. I'm pretty introverted and I just don't like physical touch in general.
Yeah.
But this community that I am currently in, like these people are huggers to like where they get offended if you don't hug them. So by like out of like survival tactics, I've learned who I can hug and who won't like force a hug on me. But I'm like giving like these like forced hugs where I'm like, I hope you're not offended.
I know that feeling because obviously we're kind of part of the same community. Ever since 2020 and the COVID situation, I have deadpan looked a guy in the face who wanted. He said, "Hey, hi, nice to meet you." I just stared him down until he put his hand away, and then I walked away.
Holy cow.
I was like, "You are mad if you think I'm shaking your hand right now." Like.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like this whole like hug for survival type deal, like, because it's more of a hassle for me to have to explain to someone like, I'm sorry, I don't like hugs, and it's not a trauma thing. It's like, don't touch me, I just don't want it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like,
yes.
and there's those well-meaning women like amongst our community who are like, honey, what's the trauma? Who hurt you, baby? And I'm like, nobody. No one. I just don't want you to touch me. I just met you.
I think it is okay to not want to be touched.
Like, I'm not
Yeah.
broken,
Yeah.
but you are for assuming I am.
Like, for a significant other, like I'm fine with that, you know.
Yeah.
And like hugs from family, like cool.
Yeah,
There's just
close
some, There's some
friends.
people
Yeah.
that I'm just like, even though I've known you for this long or whatever, sometimes just like I just want to hug. Yeah,
Absolutely.
personally. So
It's just like,
let's normalize that.
yeah, like this. Let's normalize not hugging,
Yeah.
but like not in the COVID kind of way, like, you know, where people did it out of fear. Like, let's just normalize it in a way. Where, like,
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
know,
it's just,
consensual hugging amongst people that you've known for a
I
while.
appreciate when people
Yeah.
like ask me, like, can I shake your hand? Can I, like, are you
Yeah.
a hugger? Like,
But that's
let
the
me know. I'm
problem.
like, great.
That's the problem.
great.
The people who will ask you for a handshake or a hug are the people who wash their hands.
the ones who don't are the
Are the
poopy
people who will
bandits.
force you to hug them. And
Oh my gosh, they're like wiping
We
their
all
hands.
know one person. We all know one person. I love the guy, but
yeah.
but it makes so much sense because yes,
Man.
All right.
that's
Well,
well said.
We should end this here because I don't
Alright.
want to go super overtime like we did the first time.
Probably gonna do it again because the timer.
Yeah,
died.
the timer
Oh, yeah,
died
word.
off, and I've been kind of slowly keeping track, but we want to keep these down to like around an hour if we can. Are we past an hour?
We're 15 minutes.
Oh, that's what it's almost to the T exactly what I thought. I thought we were like a minute 20
Oh man.
again. But hey guys, thanks for hanging around with us and listening to our ramblings about
Yes.
things.
Did we
We
both
did.
say yes? Okay.
Yeah, you guys did.
Yeah,
Look at
guys,
that.
thanks for joining us. Once again, I am one of your hosts. I'm Savvy.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Vibrant Zora. B Zora B. I don't know how I'm gonna say it next time. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Second time. Second episode.
All right, and we are Inexperience Points. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Peace.